Today is Grandma's Marathon. We actually tried to go see a different movie.
What a disaster.
We went down the hill to Canal Park, and it took almost an hour to get nowhere, so then we bailed.
We're like, we can't even get to where we want to go because it's blocked off now.
We actually came up the hill to a different theater. It's also Marcus. Shout out to Marcus. Ding, 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 ding. But I've been to this one before and it sucks. So
it's not as good. Apparently.
No, the one that has the IMAX and the Dream Loungers.
I was gonna say they don't have Dream Loungers.
No, this is pretty. What? This is pretty not great. At least the one theater that I went to. I only was in here once.
So
when I saw Black Widow years ago, it was literally a theater that only had 20 seats in it. So wish us luck. But we just ate some burpee.
Yeah, we're all.
Oh, excuse me. But I see the bike riders.
Yeah, what is this? 50s, 60s?
No, it's about
70s?
It's about like these kids who learn to like ride without their training wheels. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's based in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. It takes them that long
to learn how to. One of these days, Dad, I'll get this training wheel off. You're gonna take it off when I.
No, I think it's in the 70s. It's about a biker gang, and the best part is the biker gang is called the Vandals, which is like my favorite band of all time.
Yeah.
So they got the Vandals written on their
jackets.
So I was like, hell yeah.
Sounds
so I was
fun.
Like, we've got Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy is he a good guy or a bad guy?
Who knows?
We don't know.
I don't know. I saw the trailer once. I think it was only once.
I think we saw it like twice, but it was like spread out.
That was a while ago.
It was. Yeah.
I almost forgot this was even coming out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see.
Expectations.
It's got
who else is in it?
What's his name? Austin Butler.
Butler.
The dude who played the knife villain in Dune 2.
Yeah.
That dude.
Yeah, he was terrifying in that movie.
Well, I don't know. He had like butt sludge teeth.
Oh yeah,
and black teeth.
Yeah.
Butt sludge. I haven't said that in my life, so that's cool.
And it's on the internet forever. Butt sludge. It sounds like a good song name or something, or a band name.
Band name, Butt Sludge.
Anyway,
what's better? Sludge butt.
yes. I
think it's better.
All right.
I don't know.
I bet you I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it's rated R.
Okay, that's good.
If it's not, it's probably not going to be good if it's about a biker gang.
I like Tom Hardy as an actor. He's great.
I do too, except in the Venom movies. He's terrible.
Oh, yeah,
He's got this like weird.
Here's the thing, and you're gonna hate me for this, but I'm starting, as time goes by, to hate Marvel movies more and more.
That's not Marvel.
Oh, Sony. That's even worse.
Sony's way worse.
Just Marvel in general.
I like Marvel franchise. Up until Phase 4, and I'm just like, I checked the fuck out. After we saw the Marvels and shit,
Sony.
Fuck that, dude.
Fucking shit up again.
What a piece of shit.
Doing their Madam Web and
Madam Web.
Too.
Oh, God.
They just ruin everything.
We're going to have to go see this fucking Kraven movie. It's a Kraven movie without Spider-Man.
Which is like...
the whole point.
Completely pointless.
Kraven's like, his thing is, I got to hunt. The
hardest thing to kill would be
Spider-Man.
So that's why you gotta go get him.
Anyway, we're off topic.
Yeah, we are.
I don't even care. We're gonna go see this movie. It's raining. I'm so fed up from the traffic getting here. I'm like, and then I had a burger at Texas Roadhouse and it was nasty.
You know what we should do? We should start reviewing restaurants while we go sit out, and why not?
I don't know.
It's a quick video, and you know what? We've had some zingers and some dingers.
It was terrible though. It was a smokehouse burger at Texas Roadhouse. It had the cardinal sin, mushrooms and tomatoes at the same time, which is let's make
it extra salty.
Not great. And then you got onions, which I love onions and mushrooms and tomatoes separately, but then fucking barbecue sauce.
Yep.
It was that tall, I couldn't even, I had to cut it up.
Huge.
So I had to eat everything individually.
They couldn't have just made it like that and shorter.
Yeah, what the hell? I don't know, I didn't like it at all. And I'm all mad.
My grilled chicken sandwich was to die for. I bet you that was probably an 8 out of 10.
I'm just mad. traffic, food.
Very simple but good.
I'm kind of tired.
So you can hear he's just. Okay.
I hope this is good. I hope it has like a mean cynicism to it and lots of violence.
Oh, wow. And you'd be like, yeah,
yeah.
That's what I want to do to the world after the day I had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll let you go.
All right. See you guys sometime later.
See yous. Boom, we saw the bike riders.
We did.
You did.
Wow.
It was the bike
what an
riders.
interesting look into the past.
Yeah.
I feel like it was definitely
Interesting.
I felt like I was really in the 50s and 60s. It was 60s, 70s?
The late mid to late 60s is where most of this goes on.
Everything looked like it, I don't know, it was definitely just the mannerisms. Lots of smoking in this movie. Every second,
I used to smoke,
everyone is just
and I was like, I started feeling nauseous for how much.
Some of the shots, there's just this lingering fog around everybody because they're just.
I was like, crazy. I remember smoking like a pack in one day and feeling like just garbage. Yeah, totally. I was like, all these people gotta feel. That's all they do. They just drink and smoke all day and then ride bikes.
So interestingly enough, I don't think this is about. It's the girl is the main character.
Correct.
Which I was surprised at first.
When I saw the poster and I was like, Jodie Comer, I never even heard of her.
Yeah.
How she the headliner? She was before the other two guys.
Yeah. And
then no, it makes sense. You know what this is? This is fucking biker gang Goodfellas.
Yeah, essentially it is.
It's her. It's her narrating a story. She's talking to basically like a reporter.
The Ray Liotta did.
Correct.
His own
exactly, and that's what it is. And she's like narrating what happened throughout the
era of.
Yeah. And
so it's kind of following the golden age of biking with one of the very first gangs called the Vandals, which Tom Hardy starts. It starts out as a bunch of dudes racing bikes, and then he's like, I kind of want to just make a club, and then it starts growing, and then he's got his original crew, and
it basically gets out of hand.
Yeah, not for a while.
They go from like an actual club that just wants to ride around to murdering people,
criminals, and shit.
To an actual gang.
Yeah. So it gets too big, is what it is.
I thought this movie drug a lot. Did a lot of spots for me.
Oh, okay.
I was yawning a bunch. I mean, I don't know.
Anytime Tom Hardy was on the screen, I was like, his acting.
He's good.
He's really,
it was really well acted.
It was.
It was all of them. She was kind of annoying at first, but I started to like her.
I fell in love with her about halfway through the movie. I'm like, I would marry her too. Like, I totally.
It's her accent. It's the only thing that got me.
It's over the top, like.
It's like, don't you know, like Wisconsin?
It is,
but it's like
it's
hardcore Chicago.
Yeah, it's like the Chicago accent, and it's
no bears. Like that's kind of how they all talk.
It's
really
super
weird.
Funny, yeah. But it worked out. I think she did a fantastic job.
Great, yeah.
I don't know if that's her real accent. Probably not, but she pulled it off.
I really doubt it. It seemed a little thick, actually. But
yeah, I know. But it's like
a little too thick.
There are people who do talk like that.
Oh,
it's just there's not huge numbers of them.
Yeah. So it's based on a book that someone wrote in the 70s, where he actually went around and documented with a microphone and recorded conversations.
And photos.
So this is all based on his book.
Yep.
But it's set up like
it's her story being interviewed.
No, it's like exactly. It's not like a compilation of all this stuff. It's like actually the act of him, because the whole movie's him going around microphoning everyone.
Yeah, but it's like there's a lot of scenes he's not in.
Correct.
He's not like getting the whole scoop from. I mean, I guess he does though. Technically, through
for
her,
most of it, she does tells all the story.
What was going on and how things were changing.
I don't know. I was like
this movie.
I started at a 9, and then it's just like 8.
You started at a 9?
I did actually.
What was this part where you were like, "This is 9 territory"? What was that like for you?
No, I never reached that high. Once I saw like how hardcore Benny is. Like, he runs up in that park.
That was cool.
He runs up.
So they have this big gathering of all these bikers from around the country, I think. showing up.
Yeah, but
just to hang out.
Yeah, there's different biker
with Johnny, who is the leader and all that.
Yeah, a lot of them are trying to join the Vandals.
Tom Hardy. Yep.
But Benny just like he sees them squaring off, like they're all standing next to each other, and he just runs up and blocks the dude. And I was like, this is awesome because it's like hardcore loyalty.
Yeah,
and he explains
like you're not fucking with Johnny.
When he explains about how Benny, he's like, everyone wants to be, they're trying to be you.
Yeah, everybody in the entire
you don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
that's what the whole biker image is don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But
you don't
everyone secretly does because they're all older people with families in this club.
Yes.
And he's the young kid who
who has nothing to lose.
He doesn't give a fuck.
So he's the most aggressive. He's the most dangerous.
At first,
yeah.
And that's where I was like 9. I was like, yeah, I'm really getting into this.
Is like it's this not a rival gang, but like they're accused. Hey, dude, you scratched my bike. Like,
oh yeah.
And then they have that fight, and then afterwards they're all hanging out.
That's what I'm saying.
Ice in each other's hands.
One time I got in a fight with someone
together, and it was fine
in a bar in Hibbing, and then
you bought him drinks later, right?
Well, we were in a big fist fight. We got kicked out, thrown out of the bar, and we're sitting there like we're both sitting there on the curb, and I was just like, "Hey, you want to smoke?" He's like, "Yeah, man, that'd be great." And we just sat there and had a smoke together. We both got kicked out.
Yeah, so you're like, we're in this together.
Yeah, basically.
So yeah,
but that's kind of how it felt. It was like it was really cool. Like that's why I was literally at a 9.
The camaraderie.
The camaraderie is amazing.
Is really powerful in the biker.
As the movie drug on, it
starts getting worse.
And it was 7.
Well,
and I'm teetering.
Is it like
I might even be below 7? I started really falling off hard. I was just getting so bored.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. And then when she almost gets.
I was like, don't tell me that's gonna happen because you don't know, and that you don't know.
But then I was like, oh god. It made me just realize
it got sick to
all these fucking bikers are just a bunch of fucking assholes.
Well, no, it's not. It's the new guys.
It's the new guys, yeah.
The new group. A lot of them are...
The old guard are like camaraderie,
they're
family.
Great. They're loyal, they're respectable, they have honor.
All the new... Because everyone wants to be part of the Vandals.
Yeah.
And they all start joining... And
it's a bunch of young kids and Vietnam vets and stuff, so they're just a little bit like itchy and they're carrying guns around and all these.
Start doing
what it really was the drugs. The drugs start like anything, just like Goodfellas. Once the drug flows into the group,
this movie is like. Because I think Goodfellas, honest to goodness, that's a 9 for me.
Yep, me too.
It's like a child. Like I shouldn't even have watched it as a child, but I did.
It's a masterpiece of a gangster movie.
And this is like wants to be that, but it's not.
I'm glad it's not though.
I'm like 6, 7. I'm not sure yet.
I liked.
It was well shot.
Yeah, all the acting was fucking great. They picked really good actors.
You should have seen the theater we went into.
Yeah, before we get into like spoilers.
How well shot it was.
Holy
crap! Shit all over the screen,
dude. So when we walk into this theater, there's popcorn all over the place. There's holes in the trim. There's paint peeling everywhere.
I was like, I was gonna go to the bathroom, and I'm like, what's that sound? And I walk over, there's water leaking out of the ceiling over by the exit door.
It's like, I know it rained today, but fuck, man. So we get into the theater, we're sitting down, we move to the front, and of course the screen has this like
it's like a slime on it. It's like a film
on the screen, and then
like someone puked on it.
I look up and I'm like, there's fucking holes in this
big holes in the ceiling.
There's bats to come out and shit.
Exposed ductwork up there and wiring.
This is a Marcus Theater. Where's your fucking pride, man? What happened?
In Marcus's defense, the other one is amazing.
This is completely different. And I'm like, what?
I told you on the way in here, I was
afraid to sit down. I'm gonna sit and gum. I'm gonna get there's gonna be
the
puke
seats
on
weren't
me.
comfortable. It was pretty.
God, what a fucking.
It's hilarious.
You were not wrong with like the whole.
I told you
the Hibbing theater levels of like
sticky.
Oh God, I was so.
No, I warned you on the drive in here. I was like, well, B, don't get your expectations too high.
As soon as the lights go down, the cockroaches are coming out.
He was literally weird as heck. Like, I don't know if this bugs.
Right, dude. Shit's gonna go down. But back to the fucking show.
But it was well shot.
It was. The music was good.
Super well acted.
It was.
I actually loved every character except for okay, Michael Shannon. He usually plays a villain. He did great in this.
He was awesome.
But then he tried to fucking play it off like he's only like 20-something.
Yeah, he's like 25 in this.
He's like almost 50 in real life.
Oh, that guy. Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
He's like trying to play it off like, oh, you know, like I tried to sign up for the army,
the military, and I passed all the tests, but they're like, we don't want your kid because
you're unsavory character.
Yeah, he was all
whatever.
drunk when he was whatever.
But anyway, yeah, he's like playing it off like.
Yeah, he is old. You could tell he was old.
I know.
I don't know how they got.
They just put a bunch of beard on him, like, oh, we'll just.
It'll be good, and we'll dye it to make sure it's not gray.
Some of the casting, I mean, everyone acted good.
They did.
Oh man, what about Norman Reedus' gnarly teeth?
Yeah.
That Sunny, funny, whatever.
He was a trip. I thought his
he was good,
and he was still the old guard. So like
you could tell he put.
All
his teeth are stubs and they're black,
and it's
so
like,
every time he smiles, it's like,
you'd see his gums, and then
Actually, most of the actors except for like Tom Hardy and Austin Butler had like brown teeth, like really gross teeth.
They
I mean, they're just bikers who don't fucking probably care
those
a lot
guys
about
are
hygiene.
really dirty all the time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, it starts out. Well, we should rate it.
It started so high, and then midway it's already at like a crumbling, 8, and it's it just nothing
atmosphere
to me.
It.
Nothing really happened that was cool. It just was.
It's a bunch of little things, not like some big arc. It's
There's
like a
no
bunch
arc.
of events.
There's no like, we're going to the Yellow Brick Road. We gotta get there.
Because
there's literally nothing big.
Benny has the arc, and so does his wife.
True.
He's telling the story. Like the fact that, well, I can't.
It goes from.
They have the big arc.
It's most of the movie is Johnny, who is Tom Hardy's character.
Yep.
Trying to find, because he's getting old. Trying to find someone to pass off
replacement to be the leader.
Because he's the leader, and he wants to like shift that because he's just gonna get killed by some new guy.
Yep.
Basically.
And he's like.
He tries to get Benny to do it the whole movie, and he's like, I'm not fucking doing it.
I don't want to be.
And that's kind of it.
Yeah, because he's like, I
don't know. I think
Benny's the one that nobody will fuck with.
What are you gonna rate it?
I am between a 7 and an 8.
Okay.
So I don't know if I'm kind of leaning towards 7, but I really like how well shot this movie was in terms of like just. I mean, anytime these guys show up and like I'm looking at their jackets, I'm just like, that's so fucking badass.
Yeah.
And whenever like Tom Hardy he's got that full jacket on, he's just and his fucking thick neck and shit. He's just like, I would not scrap with that guy ever. And the fact that he like has to deal with people trying to like take over the club and challenge him, and he just has to put him down
every time. They're like, I challenge you.
Yeah,
he's like, fists or knives.
Yeah, and it's like fists or knives. Like, well, I don't want to kill you. So.
Like how he knocks that one kid out with a stomach punch. That's how hard he hits.
Yeah.
Because they make the sound effect like, boom! And the kid's like, black, he's down.
He's just done. Fucking end of the story.
And then,
Yeah, so I don't know. I really liked it. I liked her.
Yeah. See how you mean it.
I don't know. I can't. I'm going to say it's a 7.
Okay.
I think it's a 7.
I think it's a 7 too. I was floating right by 6 though because of nothing happening, and then it just kind of, I don't know. I mean, half the damn movie is her talking to that reporter like, don't you know what you got?
I mean, I don't know.
It was good.
I'll tell you, I like fell in love with her like almost like about a quarter of the way through. I was like, oh, I really like her.
I like her too a lot.
She's
great.
Sweet. She's pretty. She's a good actress. She's a
great actress.
Yeah,
she pulls some tear moments.
Oh yeah, she's got all the gambit.
There's some emotional.
Yeah,
like you need to get out of the club because
even Austin Butler.
You're a 7.
Yeah,
I'm a 7. Boilers.
No, like even so his character is renowned for just not fucking having any feeling pain of any kind, physical or emotional. And there's a part in this movie where
they chop his foot off, basically.
Oh yeah, they almost chop it off.
Yeah,
it's fucking brutal. And he's just like, all he cares about is he's like, I won't be able to ride. And it's like, wait, what about
that's the closest he's ever been to crying.
Yeah,
even though he didn't cry.
No, he didn't.
That was the closest he's ever been. It was when he's like, don't let him take my foot.
Yeah,
I can't ride without that foot.
Yeah, and then spoiler, but we were in that area. But like the whole arc is him being so wanting to ride, and that's all he wants to do. He doesn't want to be really a part of the club, all the politics of that. He just wants to ride. That's why he won't take the crown.
Yeah.
But in the end, he ends up quitting riding forever.
Because that's his Johnny, which is his like mentor,
gets killed,
gets shot,
gets murdered.
Yeah, murdered
shot instead of like an actual proper fight.
He got assassinated. And he goes to meet this kid like, we're gonna fucking knife fight. In the parking lot, the kid just runs up and shoots him
with it right in the heart and dies. He dies instantly. So that was bullshit, and that I mean, it really happened, I guess. So I feel like that really sucks. That some punk that's so dishonorable.
It is. And then everyone's gonna follow him.
He's got brass knuckles and a big knife, and they're like, "All right, ready, kid?" And he's like, "Boom!" And it's like, ah!
And it's this kid who's just a piece of shit throughout the whole movie.
You kind of see him popping up here and there.
Yeah, they keep sprinkling him in.
They do.
And like,
he's an unruly piece of shit.
Yeah, he tries to join the Vandals, and then
he proves that
he has all his buddies like, "We want to join you." He's like, "Just you, not your friends." And he's like, "All right." And then he's like, "No, fuck you.
You take all your friends.
You're such a piece of shit. Yeah. You leave your friends like that.
You can't be in the group. That's not how we don't do that. This is all about loyalty. You're loyal to your people."
And
it was a trick. And
that's where that kid like resented him and came back and challenged him later.
We're Vandals now. And then
we joined the Milwaukee division of the Vandals.
And then so that's how the whole thing falls apart and then becomes really nasty. Because once he takes over, it's like the end montage essentially
of like this piece of shit.
Yeah, and he's just,
and then they're like
running drugs,
guns, prostitutes. They do fucking murder people now.
And Benny's like, once he finds out that Johnny died, he quit riding and he comes home to his wife after being gone for like a year. And he cries his eyes out. Great acting. That was so fucking good.
And then it shows him he's like a car mechanic.
Yep, and he and his wife are happy.
Sipping beers.
I love how that ended.
Bullshitting with his cousin.
Yep.
I thought for sure he's gonna die.
Yeah, they're gonna come and get him.
He's gonna die.
Yeah.
Or he's gonna ride off into the sunset and hit a truck or
or
kept alluding
or
to
never see him again and like there's no record of whatever happened to him. No, he comes back to his wife. And like, you know what?
So that was a good ending.
It was. He gives her that wink at the end. I was just like, that's a fucking how you end a movie.
Yeah.
A really sad fucking gross movie and some.
It was super. There's
some parts.
An R-word scene where his wife almost gets that word.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't you fucking dare.
Yeah.
I was like, you better not fucking
that's gonna
end on that. Or, like have that happen to her.
Yeah. And she, luckily Johnny was there. He's like, get the fuck out of here.
I wish he would have killed someone for that.
Yeah.
It was 5 guys trying to drag her up to some fucking place, and I was like, oh god, what a nasty. And that's why I was like, that's kind of where I was like, man, these fucking pieces of shit.
Yeah, well,
half the fucking people are pieces of shit.
I mean, the narration is that by that point, it got so big of a club, and there were so many young.
They're unruly.
Yeah, he can't control them anymore because there's too many.
Yeah,
and so they just do whatever they want, and they're not really. They're not loyal to each other. They're not, I mean, that's another dude's wife in the club. It's like they don't even have.
And they just did it to this other girl. They stole the dress off this girl. Like, she don't need it no more.
Yeah,
I was like, oh fuck. I felt so dirty. Like, oh man, I wish someone would kill all these people. Like, kill them all.
Yeah, especially the ones that turn on each other like that.
Yeah, right.
Like they beat up that one. They beat up Roach because he was thinking about quitting and being a motorcycle cop.
Yeah,
which. He does, he does end up getting that, so that's cool. There's a couple bad, sad.
This wasn't nearly as violent as I thought it'd be.
No.
There's a couple fights. There's like a couple times
you see
someone
some broken leg, fingers and cuts.
Yeah.
People getting sliced. Fucking Benny sliced that dude right across the face with his switchblade.
Yep.
Just like right out the gate, you're like, oh my god.
But that's it. We just said every moment of violence.
Yeah,
I thought there'd be more.
I mean, I don't know. There's not much. Other than that, I mean, I don't know.
I don't think there's much else to really say. So we can wrap this up.
I think a 7 is sound. It's kind of close to an 8 to me, but like
for me, it's closer to the 6.
I really liked all of the characters. They all had their moment to be themselves.
They did,
and and so like it wasn't like, oh, he's just an extra character. No, there's a little plot around every one of them. They're all important and whatnot, and so I thought that was cool. They all have their screen time. They're not just in the background and stuff.
Well, we'll wrap this up. Maybe if they wrap up shit in Canal Park.
Oh yeah, we'll go see.
Maybe we're gonna go see this other movie tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know.
We'll see how the day turns out.
Yeah, but Anyway,
all right, guys. Well, thanks for
good rest of the day.
Joining. Like, share, subscribe, bang the bell, leave a comment. What do you think? Is this is this a 7? Is it an 8? Is it less? I don't know. It's a weird. It's a weird movie.
I would predict most people would be an 8, 9 because it's super like it's well done.
There's a lot of wholesomeness too in some aspects of it, and then other parts you're like, that's disgusting. Or it's like, no, don't show me.
I don't like puke and
that's
it wasn't
fine.
a whole lot of that, but
anyway. All right, well, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
See you.